All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Crafts with John here, Casino Gaming TV. Good to see y'all for another show. Jeff, I think Jeff's in the audience. I want to ask you directly because I forgot to ask: is there a Craps Chat this Sunday? I think that there is. If there is, I got to put the announcement up and make sure that we know about it tomorrow, the next day. I'm 90% sure there is, but I want to check before I really start. I want to make sure I ask that question so Jeff can respond out there. And yeah, okay, let's get to it here. Let's get to it and jump in. I have not really an announcement. Oh, that's the wrong screen. Let's go here. Not there. There. Oh my gosh, my screens are all jacked up. Let's talk about our buddy Chiro real quick. Now, I pinned in the chat the link to the Midmo PayPal page. Couple of announcements here. I don't know if what we talked about yesterday, but it's all kind of a blur. This thing with him is going at 1,000 miles an hour, and he's still powering through. The update that I got from Crystal yesterday, I think it was after our show, so I want to make sure I get this right. He somehow came down with coronavirus, not COVID-19, but a coronavirus, which is essentially the flu, in the hospital. So now they couldn't do the test they were going to do yesterday. So of course she's like, "Oh my God, everybody's in here. They got the full hazmat suits on because it's a hospital. They have to, right?" He's critical, so nobody can touch him. She's like, "I can't even touch him. I have to wear a mask. I got to be in there." And she's like, "I can see him and all that kind of stuff, but she can't really get close to him right now." So that was the update from yesterday. There was nothing new, no new changes. They couldn't run the test they were going to run because of all that. They're still having to run an MRI, but that of course means taking all the stuff out so they can get him in the machine, which is a little bit of a concern too. So still fighting through. Don't know yet. I think somebody yesterday, it might have been Jeff, or maybe it was somebody talking to Jeff about this, said, we need to get like t-shirts made. I think we should actually get some t-shirts made. I'll talk whoever had the idea of I think it was a "Hey Yo" or something like that t-shirt for him. We should get some t-shirts made for sure. I think we should all, we should get them printed up, and I can make them be. So when you do like t-shirts at like Teespring or at like the place I use, which is at Spreadshirt, we can set the prices of those things. So we can set the price at a zero profit. So if the t-shirt is like $26, we say, okay, it's up for 30, so we get $4. We just make them for $26 and let y'all buy these Midmo t-shirts. And I think, like I said yesterday, when he comes out, one of the messages that I want to give him is like just how freakishly strong he's got to be, like to power through all the crap his body's going through and to come through and on the other side of it. He needs to know, I think, how much respect we have for the strength that his body went through to kind of get through it. So I think some shirt that's got something on it, I don't know what it's going to be. If it's the mixer, if it's a saying, it's whatever. We got to figure something out. So we should design a shirt and all wear the shirts, and maybe like on a Craps Chat one night, we'll all wear the shirts that say "Chiro, we love you," "Chiro strong," whatever it's going to be. And then we'll all just take them off like a bunch of idiots, and we can have some fun there. So I think we got to do something like that. I did, like I said, I talked to Crystal, and all I can tell you is it was Adam G. Okay, thank you. I knew somebody had the idea, and I forget the exact thing, but we should definitely collaborate on that thing. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I made mention of it yesterday, and just keep Crystal in your thoughts. I mean, I know Chiro's fighting. She's fighting too. I mean, the amount of mental exhaustion that she's going through to kind of sit there through all this and just not know if, when, or how he's coming back, is taking a toll. I can tell you it's taking a toll. So just keep her in your thoughts as well. So it's a rough time for the family, and again, keep them front and center. I'm donating all week, 11 per 11 all week. So I've got my tally going up of how many 11s I've thrown this week. If you want to join me, I know Adam does. If you want to join me in donating 11 per 11 or $1 per 11 or whatever you want to do per 11, I don't care. I will post, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll post every day's 11s totals, and we'll have a nice tally at the end there, and we can help out. So I know that I know that the money is much appreciated, and it's going to be required at the end of this whole thing. So every bit that we're doing is enormous. Good morning, Tora. How you doing, pal? It's good to see you on the regular here. I love having you back Back in the fold, man. Good to see you. All right, let's move ahead and recap Latterson. Yesterday's Latterson, thank God, nice and short, right? We're 13-4. We've had 2 soul crushers, right? We've had 2 complete bankroll wipes. We had one wipe of about $700. All 3 of those together wiped out the one day that we had the miracle, right? And I've told you this story, and I don't mean to bullshit you here, right? I am, for my life, likely ahead. I don't have spreadsheets from when I was 20, right? But for my life, I'm ahead, right? Playing. And the reason why I'm ahead is because of what happened this past week, right? These past 2 weeks. This is a good example of my life as a gambler, okay? Where grind. I've been a grinder my whole life. Like, I've learned how to play, especially craps, but also Bach and roulette, in ways that I could last at a table for many hours and win or lose 5 or 10%, whatever. Because again, my parents, my wife play slots, and they play slots for freaking ever. They play forever. And if I go out there and let's say I have a quick home run, okay, cool, that's great. Now I got to kill 4 hours or 5 hours while they're all playing. And they used to always joke about it. Like, I'd walk up behind them and they'd be like, oh God, here he comes, because I'm looking to go get some food. I'm done playing, right? I go in there with $100 and I would win 150 or 200. I'm like, done, right? And sometimes that would happen in a half an hour. And I'm like, now I got to burn all this time. So I've learned how to play that way, to grind for hours. Sometimes you get a great run, right? And last couple of weeks we had that. We grinded. Boom. We had that one day where I went in and we won $2,500, whatever it was, right? That's my life, right? Win 10, lose 10, win 10, lose 10, win $3,000, win 10, lose 10. Those home runs, when they come, have kept my bankroll above water. Look at us here. We're 12-4, 13-4, right? We're net up $400, which is not a lot of money. It's a matter of fact, over the course of 16 sessions, being up $400 is shitty, frankly. But we had the home run that weathered the storm with us, and that home run recovers the big losses, and that's what's going to happen here, right? Now, in the strategy itself, we've survived. This has been a survivor strategy for the most part. The days we've lost are days where I veered off of the base strategy, which is like yesterday, right? $25 flat, $25 bumps the whole way through. You saw the reason why yesterday worked so fast. I want you to think about this. We had the lucky run. We had the aces, ace deuce on the come out. So we had 3 straight come out winners. Fantastic, right? The reason why they were impactful was because we were at $75. Because I had lost a couple of bets earlier, and the flats were at 75. Now, there's going to be days where that's 7-7-11 on the come out, and we get burned for 75 each time, and it's going to suck. Yesterday, 75, boom, we're recovered, we're in profit, and we're out. The Latterson theory is get them high, keep them high, and keep hammering those wins. If it was a regular ladder, the first one would have been 75, the second one would have been 50, the third one would have been 25, and we would not have been at profit. But because it was 75, boom, we're out of the hand. That was Latterson theory on display yesterday. I'm going to stick to that. I do wish I had more bankroll. I don't feel okay playing the OG way with $1,000, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to be at full risk today doing it. But that strategy, I think I hindered it. I think that the 2 weeks in between, I hindered it a little bit. When I ran the Latterson baseline, like yesterday, 25 with 25 bumps, the days that it goes to 0, it doesn't go to 0. It goes down, but it doesn't go to 0 on those days because the higher wins. The one day that it basically does is the day that we had the 18 straight losses, right? There's nothing you can do on that day. The other time that we lost the whole bankroll, it doesn't lose. It actually wins that day. The day that we lost the $700, it actually wins 3 paychecks that day. 3 paychecks in the same day that it lost 700 the way that I played it because of the bet sizing. So I think the bet sizing is wrong. We're gonna keep playing it that way. And I was just stay with me on it, all right? Just stay with me on it. We're gonna switch strategies next week. I don't know which one we're gonna go to yet. Probably 6, 7, 8 next week. We've got to get the bankroll higher to play the more articulated strategies like the unicorn from Skill and Luck or like the Mind from Waylon. There's just not enough bankroll there to play those strategies. We got to build it up, and we're going to have to do some 6, 7, 8 play to get there. So that's it for that. I just want to make sure we called that all out. Okay, next up for us then is going to be this. Friday Night Fights, we talked about this yesterday. Craig can't make it. Craig is going to be traveling to deal with some family things, so he can't be there. So he cannot get the Craig versus Corey six winner battle going. So what we're going to do instead on Friday Night Fights is like last week, we're just going to have some fun with it. And what I want to do is have some actual fun, right? We'll plan it out a little better than just kind of, what do you want to do? I'm thinking we can do some things like we did on Friday Volleys here. We can play some bingo with the dice. You know, we can have some fun with some different kind of throwing games, but I thought it'd be cool to pass the rack too. Like do an actual, like last week we did everybody throws 11 times and we all bet. I think this time what we should do is a live pass the rack, and like everybody gets 11 throws and we start a rack with whatever, $500 in it, give it to Alfredo, let Alfredo throw 11 rolls and bet, and he bets the rack with his throws, pass it to Greg. Greg bets the rack with his rolls, and boom, boom, and we just kind of pass it around the room and take the same rack, pass it around, 11 rolls only, bet the rack you've got. We'll see what we have at the end. And maybe we can make some kind of a donation based on what's in the rack. I don't know what that would look like, but let's think about that. All right, think about something fun for Friday night, but I think that's what I want to do. I want to just kind of, you know, have a little bit of fun, bullshit it around a little bit, tell some stories, and do something different than our normal Friday Night Fights. I won't call it Friday Night Fights. We'll just call it Friday Night Fun or something, and something like that. And there we go. Something along those lines. A 10 to 20 bucks. There you go. All right, there we go. That's my Friday night thing. Okay, now let's move on and give you a quick update here on where the channel is. I think it's been a while since I've done this. We finally got, these are backwards. We finally got YouTube funding figured out. Geez, that took forever. So CGTV, the YouTube channel, Casino Gaming TV, the LLC, are now here. It's finally not John's channel. Like I'm still the principal of the LLC, but it's not tied to my bank account. It's not tied to me personally anymore. It's just CGTV is now it's a separate thing, right? Duracell and I have been talking a little bit offline, you know, about ways to, and Jen is actually part of this as well, about ways to kind of restructure the LLC to be a nonprofit. And that's a whole different discussion. The main thing is that YouTube now sees it as a separate entity. It's not John as the thing, which means we can start talking about what we're going to do with the money. Finally, we can get to it, right? And to that end, what I'm doing is two things right away. One is going to be I'm having the CGTV earnings from super chats, from memberships, from ads. All those things are going into a separate bank account that's CGTV specific. It's paying right now the bill for Canva, which is the artwork platform that I use to do the thumbnails with. And other guys use that platform as well. We can now become a team on Canva. It costs 20 bucks a month more than what the regular thing is, but now we can all be a team and we can all share the account, which means guys like DJ and others who use Canva can stop paying for it and just jump into the team, right? And now CGTV is going to pay for that. I'm also talking to StreamYard. I did try and talk to EVMux, and I didn't get anywhere with them. I went to StreamYard. There's a couple other providers too that are kind of cool, but I went to them and I tried to get to work, right? What I want from StreamYard or EVMux or Livestream or whatever the provider is, what I want to see is a way to replicate what I do here in Ecamm or what Jeff does in vMix. Both are expensive platforms. I want to see that capability, or most of it at least, in StreamYard. I want to be able to set up a scene in StreamYard and have, you know, Craig from Old Bay Craps jump in to the account and just change from John's camera to his camera. So it's the same, it looks the exact same to you, but it's Craig's table, not my table, for Friday Night Fights. I want to set that stuff up ahead of time. They can't handle it. They can't handle more than 2 cameras, and they can't handle a camera switch with a different account. So I'm working with the engineers there. They actually got me, I canceled my account and they flipped out. And now I'm talking to the coders, and because I'm a coder, I understand what they're saying, and I can speak their language to some degree, and we're working through it. So I'm seeing what we can do with that. So as soon as that StreamYard or some other service gets to where we are looking for, then we can say, okay, Mark the Point, Old Bay Craps, Midmo Yo, Dice Degen, whoever, jump on into the team. we'll pay one team account that allows 10 people to kind of stream from it. We can all come in. Anybody can host Friday Night Fights. Anybody can host a chat. Anybody can host anything branded CGTV. That is the plan. Okay. The platforms don't support it yet. I cannot get EVMux or StreamYard to do what I need to do. So until that happens, that's on hold. But Canva's in place, which is good. We're also looking at getting some sponsors and some spots and some merch. You'll probably notice in the videos now there's a merchandise shelf. You can buy Coffee and Crap shirts. I don't have one yet. You can buy a mug that says Coffee and Craps on. You can buy all the stuff. Again, those are tiny, right? It's like the mug is like 15 or 16, whatever the mug, I don't even know what it costs, right? We get like $3 out of that. Again, it all goes to the same kitty. It all goes to pay for the utilities that our providers are going to use. And I'm working on contracts now to get provider contracts created for that. So that's coming. That's all coming. And again, I'll be as transparent as possible during that whole process. As far as sponsors go, we're going to have kind of one sponsor. I don't know if I would call it even a sponsor, but we're going to have some spots. In other words, I've been working with Michael Feldman and Premier Casino Hosting. I got my application filed. It's now in the approval process. I will become a casino host through Premier in the next very short amount of time. As part of that, you all can come to Premier. You can all be, with me as a host. I'll put a commercial together that sort of describes that. And that'll be running during our shows here. I'm going to put commercials together. Also, I'm hiring some guys at Fiverr to do that commercial, to do Craps for the Cure commercials, and some other things. So you'll start seeing some random, like little 15-second snippets of videos coming through during the shows. That'll be that kind of stuff. Some of it'll be Craps for the Cure promotions, so I don't repeat myself here every day. And some of it will be spots for the hosting thing. And if we get other sponsors, now I have a mechanism to get that in for us. And again, all that money funnels in and it goes to the providers that are going to work with us. Contracts to be figured out still. So if you're a provider, we will talk. We will have a Zoom call and we'll kind of figure out what that all looks like for all of us. So Jeff and Chris and Craig and Chiro when he's back and Ryan and Alfredo and the others, we'll all talk about what that looks like for us. No decision's been made yet, other than I'm paying for Canva. That's where we are. So that's a quick update for that. Once I get more clarity and the first actual like YouTube check shows up, I will share with you. I'm going to be as, like I said, transparent as I can with the financials here. I want it to be wide open for y'all. All right. So there's the update there. And if anybody, again, as always, I should have said earlier, if you have questions or whatever for me, just put PCs in front of it, PC : and a question. And I can get to them during the show. Matter of fact, what I'm going to start doing is filtering the chat automatically. So all I see is the PC chats, and that'll help me throughout the show when we're going. So let's see. Jen's like, I've got bubble craps now, right? For sure. I got bubble craps we can do. There's so much things we can do. And Jeff says, yes, there is craps chat on Sunday. So that's good. Okay, let's jump into today's strategy battle. Now, I'm doing Waylon versus Waylon all week, as you know. And so far, it's been crap. It's been absolute crap this week. I've been throwing, on the little practice table here. We haven't had a run yet. We haven't had more than a couple of rolls on any shooter. So nothing has been educational or worth it, right? So anyway, let's actually do it again today. And we'll try the Mind, which, again, it's the 110 inside. It's press on any non-win. It is stopping at level 5. It's reverting down to base after a level 5 hit or a 7. I don't go back up at the level we were at, +1 on a 7, because, again, we're underfunded bankroll-wise, right? Waylon plays it that way. I'm not playing it that way. I've had good success with it like this. We're going to play that today against the Hive Mind. And this is my own creation here. It's basically the Mind with a couple of small additions. It's the same Mind, but we're going to permanent press on the wins. We're going to press when we don't win. We're going to press when we do win. It's always going to be a $22 jack every single time. As soon as we're past, once we collect our base, we're going to go into hardcore pressing. We're going to press on every damn thing, and we're never going to stop. We're just going to bank. Oh, sorry. I went too far. We're just going to bank all the way to the end. Okay. That player, I'm probably going to give him an extra $1,000 because he's going to need more money to play it. but I want you to see what the mind looks like when you go on tilt. Basically, the Hive Mind is the mind on tilt. And that's it. I don't know why my screen is going so slow. Good Lord. Okay. With all that said, let's go to the table and play it out. I'm going to go to the big view of the table. We're going to turn on that back light there and bring my coffee over. And let's run it. Let's give it a run here. I'm going to do the regular mind in the front. The front, $1,500 here. The guy in the back, I'm going to give him an extra $1,500. He's going to have $3,000. I'm going to give him 3 purples, just as backing money, because I think you can't play the Hive Mind without the extra money. Okay, let's play them out and see what happens here. I'm going to put them both out there at the same level to start with. So we'll drop 200. They're both going to get 90 and change for that 110 inside. Okay, there's the 90. There's the 90. Okay, well, what I'll do for each guy is we'll put the greens right back up over. I'm going to work their racks as hard as I can to get them back to their basic levels. Okay, so there's your quarters, there's your nickels, there's your nickels. Let's get them both looking like 110 inside. And again, I'll play one highly aggressively, one of them a little bit more passively, and we'll get a chance to see if going on tilt is more than just fun on a Wednesday morning. There's a 9 for the point. 5, 4, 5, 4, 9. Okay, let's mark you up. Let's get after it here. Both guys are playing the exact same way for a little bit. Once the player in the back kind of takes off, it'll take off. There's a 9. They're both going to get $35. Right, and for both of them, it's a straight up collect. Did I pay too much? I did pay too much. There's 35. There's 35. They're both in the same spot. That's fantastic. And here we go. If you look at the racks again, we put out. That's where the work. We put out 110, right? So we have this back, right? Each player's got their greens have turned into a black again. So again, I'm going to keep on doing this to keep the racks as clean as I can during the run here. So both players now have, if you look at just the blacks, 500, 1,000, 14, 500, 1,000, $1,400. Okay. Once we get to $1,500 in the rack, this guy goes haywire. That's kind of the rule there. Okay. We'll see it happen. There's a 6, 5, 1, 6. And we got a 6. We're just buckshot. Thank God we're not in the don't today. Buckshot in the point. So there's 25, 35 for both players. Puck's going to be off. And again, we're going to go ahead and put the reds in the front. That'll be our press maneuver money, and start building up the greens on the backside. Here we go. Coming out again. Boy, I hate getting those inside points, right? When you're buckshotting them, because that's 2 9s and 2 6s that you didn't collect on, right? Because of the setting the point. All right, there's the 4 is the point. We got a 10 on the end. Both players are going to do the press, right? There's 25 for player 1. There's 25 for player 2. They're both going to go here and here. They're both going to get 3 change. That is the basics of the mind. Here we go. There's a 6. All right. That's awesome. $42. Check it out. Things are going to change here in a minute. There's 42 for one player. There's 42 for the back player. Now watch what I'm going to do here, okay? They both are going to rack all of this, okay? The player, though, that's in the back, the Hive Mind player, I'm looking at his setup here, right? Remember, we took $200 out of his rack, right? We put 150 back. Here's 175 back, right? Essentially, he's got his whole money back, right? They both really do, right? This guy here, from this point forward, is going to start taking the wins and jacking up too. We're going to get his bets up as high as we can, as fast as we can, and we're never going to come down back here. So now that he's quote unquote even from the collects, if we can avoid big red for a minute, he's going to go a little bit nuts and try and accelerate the earnings, okay? The other guy is going to do the normal mind, same bet routine. Here we go. That's a 5 as the point. And we got a 5. Oh my God, we are literally buckshotting the point every single time. Look at that. There's a 3, 2, 5. So again, here, 42 bucks. The regular mind's going to collect the 42 bucks. Okay. Goes into the rack. There's 2. There's the 15, and here's the quarter up in front. Okay. If I take 25 bucks out of his rack, check this out. There's a quarter. I can take the quarters away, put the black chip in there, and his starting bankroll is in the rack. That's a starting bankroll, right? He's got whatever, 20 bucks locked, plus all this is locked. He would be at a paycheck. If you're playing paycheck style, player is done, right? When I'm playing the mind, one thing I'm looking at is the minute my rack is good, I know I'm done. That's, generally speaking, that's going to be your paycheck, right? He could stop right now and we could be all the way finished, okay? We're not going to be done. We're going to play it out. This guy here now also wins the 42 bucks. But we said he was already ahead. He's going to take the quarter, drop a nickel, and press it again. He's going to take that win and jack it up a little bit. So he's going to start jacking up 22 bucks on every win and 22 bucks on every loss. The wins will be bigger. He'll always be racking quarters, but we're going to keep on the bets going. We're going to hive this, like they said, it's kind of an aggressive, I call it the hive mind. It's going to keep on rolling up. So this is where if we catch a few rolls without a 7, this is where you're going to see these two strategies kind of separate a little bit. Now, if I want to get some rolls here because if we can separate ourselves out, maybe we'll get some fun results here. We just got to avoid big red for a minute. There's a 6, 5, 1. Sweet. All right, 42 bucks here, right? He's the same, 40. Let's just do, do I have enough? I'll do 50 for 8 here. I'm going to do 50 for $8 because I'm running out of change. Okay. We can rack 2 greens, right? This is becoming some seriously good locked profit over here. Back here though, right? We're at 42 bucks. We can, or 42 is the bet. That's 50 for 1. Okay. 50 for 1. We're going to rack those 2 greens up and we're going to go take 22 bucks and press it again. Took too many whites. Now he's at 48 and 40. We're looking at 56 bucks on these payments here. So he's going to be a little bit higher, a little more aggressive stance. And again, if I take these greens out of here, right now he can finally say he's good. His rack is now complete. He has 1 quarter in profit. The other guy's got 2 quarters because he's collecting more often. He's collecting bigger. Does that make sense, everybody? So the mind is actually winning right now in the rack. They both are locking profit. The mind has more because it's always on same bet mode. This guy here is being extra aggressive. So he's going to be accelerating profits if we can avoid the nasty, right? There's a 9. That'll be the point. So the regular mind, 42 bucks. Okay. Rack a green, stack the reds and the whites. Back here, it's $56, which is fantastic, right? We're going to take 25 and 2, $27 with 5 change, and get $22 more back on these bets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, now we're at 45 in the back. We're going to be at 54 on the 6 and 8. Let's make those look like greens. Boom, 54, 54. Everything in here is going to pay 63 bucks. Fantastic. We're going to drop the reds on the right. We're going to take the green in the profit side. Coming out. Here we go. 6, 4, 2. That's another 6. There we go. Back on the 6. We're not getting any like non-inside hits today. Isn't that crazy? Like usually you get the mind, you get a bunch of outside hits and stuff, and we're just not getting that today. So we're not getting the out of the rack pressing that we're used to seeing. There's big red. Okay, 4, 5, 2, 7. So where do we end up? The regular mind is actually ahead, right? Even though this guy has these awesome, huge ass bets, because he was so huge on the bets, right? The next hit would have been the one that would have set him to be in the lead. Hope that makes sense. Let me get these guys set back up again here. Right? One more, I hate to say it, one more hit. would have been a difference maker. And I think that's what I was hoping to show was like, when does the difference happen? That next hit's when the difference happens. Okay, let's get 110 out of the rack for both guys. There's 110 and 110. So both players are out for 110. Bets are already set. Let's go. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. 6, 4, 2, 6. And they're again, now they're both like just like that, from having profit to both being upside down. It happens so fast, right? The mind, if you're not pulling your bets down, like I said, both players were well over paycheck. They were this guy here was probably $200 in profit. He was about 150 in profit. They're both there. So if you're playing this to run, hit and run, we did a hit and run that time. That was a perfect hit and run set of rolls right there. That was beautiful. I just want to keep on going. I want you to see how this thing stretches out. So here's $35 for both players, right? And again, we're going to be in same bet mode for a minute until we get our money back, right? Same bet mode until we're back to square. He's already there. There's a quarter, or there's 100 rather. He's bankrolls back to normal. He's good. Bankrolls normal. He's fine. This guy here still has to get another quarter to get bankroll back. There's a midnight, something different finally, right? Let's go. $22 for the guy in the front. Okay, he's gonna have to drop a whole quarter, get $3 back. And the same thing. Okay. We got our, now we're gonna do this again, right? Remember yesterday? We're gonna be in the same spot as yesterday. We're gonna be fighting Big Red. Big Red likes to say, you know what? I gave you a chance to beat me and you stuck around too long, and here I come. Coming for you. I'm coming for you. All right, there's 110 for the player in the back. We're gonna have 100. I'm gonna take 109 and $1 from my friend. I don't want to make change, right? He'll be out too. So the guy in the front owes the guy in the front owes the guy in the back $1. Once we get a payment. Here we go, coming out. Looks like a 3. Don't matter. That looks like a hard 8. Hard 8 right there. Boom. Square pair. Like and subscribe. Let's go. We got a 9. Okay, 6, 3, 9. 35, 20. And again, I'm looking for at least 3, right? 3-ish hits gets you back to like where you feel like you got your 110 kind of paid for. Green and a green. All right, here we go. 4, 3, 1, 4. So the second time in a row, we're gonna have to go 25 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Guy in the front's got to go straight up 25. 3 change. Same press. Here we go. Good Lord. And again, as a dealer, this strategy is a pain in the ass to deal. All this work. All right, let's do it again. Boy, oh boy. Let's catch a good run here. So again, 110, same bet. 110, same bet. Both players now are down about $300. After being up a little bit, they're both down 300, which is, welcome to John's world. Here we go. Coming out. Coming out, it's a 6. 5, 1, 6. That was a painful little roll right there. We both had to press twice before we got any hits. There's a 5, 3, 2. 35. 35. Let's get a lammer out here. Give me a nice long run. I'd love to see a nice long run. There's a 5, 1, 6. Again, we're going to both same bet. The guy in the back will same bet until he's at least even for the shooter, which means at least one more clean hit, and then he's going to start going balls to the wall. But we're not going to get it. We're going to get a 7. So we got 2 hits Each guy got 70 out of their 110 back, so they're going to both be down another 40, a net $40. No pressing. 110. God. And 110. Same bet. Puck is off. Let's give it another shot here. 4. Boy, I'll tell you what. If nothing else, you should be learning from watching me throw the dice. You got to get in, and you got to get that hell. You got to run. Get your ass out the casino. Seriously. All you people that say, I'm going to chastise you right now as a 5. All you people that say, it ain't worth it to drive an hour to win $100. Well, fuck you. Right? And I mean that in the nicest possible way. Right? In the nicest possible way. That's about the dumbest thing, because this is what happens. We're both guys were up $200. Right? I know I'm demonstrating a strategy, so I'm going to stay longer than I should. And then you go, okay, that was fun. Let's do it again. And guess what happens? This happens, right? You went from up $200 to being down $400 like that. The casino just loves to stick it up your ass. And that's what happens. That's the reality. There's 4 greens for a black. I'm going to keep, again, keeping the racks as quickly black as I can for the visuals. Okay. There's a 6, 5-1. We may get another miracle run here, but we may not, right? And I think you got to be aware of the fact that getting a good run, walking up to that table and getting that beautiful run like we had the very first time, that ain't normal. And when it happens, you have to be okay with going bye-bye. Like, seriously, you got to be okay with it. There's a 9, 35, and 35. Now, this player here on the back, that's the 3rd one, right? Guess what? He's going Hive Mind. Now that he's got his 110 back, he's going to be pressing on everything. $22 jumps on every roll here, unless it's a 7, of course, right? There's a 6. First guy, this is the advantage to the regular mind, right? Same bet and collect. The other guy here is going to go 25. Let's just, I'll pay him the regular way. 25, 35, and I'll take 10, 15 out of his rack and give you 3 change. Okay, so he's got, again, a press on that one. So he did basically a little tiny collect. Advantage him if we get a long run, right? We get a longer run, this guy's gonna have some good juice. All right, $22 from each guy. That ain't us, right? As Waylon says, that ain't us. It was a 10, not on it. 22 press from him. 22 press from this guy. Here we go. Another one. Wow, back-to-back 10s. Back-to-back 10s. All right, 20, I gotta get 25, I guess, right? Free change. Remember the first shooter we had was nothing but insides. This shooter so far, no insides for the most part. All right, he's got to go 22 as well. I'm going to give 27 for 5 change. And we'll press him up. He's at 48 and 40. The other guy's at 42 and 35. A little bit of an advantage in the back. There's a 5, a 3, 2, 5. Sweet. All right, $42 for the man in the front. I need to get some reds over here. All right, there's 25, 42 up front. Guy in the back is going to get paid, well, I guess 49. I don't have 50 for one. So 45, 49 for the player in the back. So the player in the front is going to rack it. Right? It all goes into the rack. Boom. I can take the greens, make it a black. He's got his 1,400 back in the rack. He's 1 black chip light from being even. This guy here is going to, again, $22 press. He's going to rack the rest. Never not going up. This guy's never not going up. Once he got to even, he's like, game is on. Okay? In here, these are 54. I'm going to take the reds away. Same as the first time, right? This is the level where you're getting 60-something bucks every time, right? Another press, he's going to be collecting 50 every time and racking up $50. If we can just avoid disaster, it's going to be kind of fun. There's a 6, okay? $42 6. That's 50 for 1 from our regular mind guy, okay? He's only at level 2. He's got 3 more levels to bump to before he goes back down. Here, that's 63, okay? And again, we're going to drop 4 nickels. So I'll be racking $50. So there's a difference in the rack size. Now he's at 60 on the insides. He's at 50 on the outsides. Just like that, he's at 220 in, right? It's interesting. Get some more hits in here. We're going to start seeing. Oh, look at that, a 9. This is great. Okay, player in the front at $35. That's 42. Sorry, it's 50 for 1. 50 for 1. Collect. Now check it out. 4 greens. He is back. Bankroll restored. $20x dollars in profit. And he's got whatever this is out here. He's got 110 plus 44. So he's got 154 out here in profit. Again, he's second paycheck of the day, right? First paycheck was earned from starting. The second paycheck was earned after being down $300. The mind worked today really, really well. The guy in the back here is getting paid now $70, 50, $70. He can drop 2 and rack 50. Okay, and again, I'll take the greens, I'll make it a black. His rack still isn't right. He's still $75 light in his rack, but all of his money's out here. He's going for a home run. He's going to be behind in the rack. He's at paycheck. If you take the 220, he's got 244 out here, right? Or 242 out here, I guess, right? 240, yeah, 242. Plus what's in here, he's also at paycheck. But he's going to be beating the daylights out of this thing. Here we go. There's an 8 hard 8. That's fantastic. All right. So 42, again, 50 for 1. No need to go anywhere, right? He's not going to press up. He's not going to come down. He comes down at level 5. He's only at level 2, right? Working your way up. Here, we are at, where are we at here on this guy? In the 8, he's got 50, 60, 66 to pay 77, 75, 77. I'll take that. I'll rack that. Nickel and change. And he goes up by another 22. Permanent press back here. Look at the difference in bet sizing, right? We're at 35 here, right? And we're already at 60 up here. Huge difference, right? By pressing all the time. These bets back here become really meaningful if we can avoid it. There's another 9. Good run here, right? So again, 35, it's simple. 50 for 1. All day long, $50 for this guy until something else happens. Take the greens, make it a black, $100 locked in profit. Boom. No matter what happens, this guy's done playing. No matter what happens, he is done playing. Back in here, that's $84. 75, we'll do 85 for 1. 85 for 1, right? Pretty sweet. Let's leave a quarter out there. We'll rack $50. I'll take the quarter. We'll get 3 change, and we'll press again by $22. Now we have in here is $78. If we get a hit, it's $91. We're getting close to black chip level on this back guy here. Okay, and again, do you want to be done? Frickin' be done, right? You got $100 in lock. You got 154 out here. Go the hell home. This guy here can be done and getting the hell out of here. He's locked $100. The guy in the back, finally, with those greens right there, he's finally got money in the rack. His rack is finally correct. He's got his $1,500 there. He's got a quarter, $43 locked in profit. He's got a whole shitload of money out here, right? His money's on working, right? He's got 200 and whatever out here, right? He's easily at paycheck. If I brought their money down right now, he would win. But he's a degenerate, and he's going to let this happen to him, right? 617. But let me show you, again, I'm playing this out forever just to give you the idea of the run. If we did what I just said we should do, which is pull down, I want you to see where these two guys got to. And again, be aware of your rack. so you know what you got, right? Let's take this, I'm gonna color this up just to give you a visual on what could have been. There's 100. So he had locked 100. He's got 125, 30, 133 in his rack, right? Potentially another 154, okay? So that would have been 275, about 290. He could have walked with 290, okay? And again, if you're paying attention to your rack plus the table and you go, yep, that thing did its job, I'm out of here, right? From 1,500 bucks, we made 300 bucks pretty quick. Good on a good set of runs, okay? Back here, he's got 1,500. He has $43 locked, right? Remember, his profit is low in the rack, but he's got something. What he's actually got out here, and again, we don't judge a strategy by how much money we leave on the table, except for in this case, because I was saying all along, you should be out of here. But I want you to see what's out here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 100, 200, 75. There's 275, 286 out here, okay? So he could have had 286, 300. He could have had $324 in profit. Again, right? Both guys making bank on that roll if they do the right thing and get out, right? Pay attention to your rack, leave when you're up. Always good advice from dear old dad over here, right? Good run. Both players had a good run. You got to see the separation, and it was interesting, right? This guy here's collecting the whole time. His rack's building quicker. This guy's building opportunity quicker. So again, the next hit, that pays $91. He's racking black chips every single time, right? You get that thing up quick enough, you're racking blacks up here. Kind of a cool little deal, right? And that wasn't a very strong run. That was probably 8, 9 rolls, maybe 10 before the 7 there. On a halfway okay run, that thing does all right. So I kind of like both versions of that. I like the Hive Mind. Let's go back over here. Let's turn the light off and come back to you all. I like the Hive Mind because it doesn't get aggressive until it's even. So we waited until we got our 3 hits. We got our 110 back in the rack, and then boom, you're gone. You need a good run to make it work, right? On a good run, you get up there and you can make that call. Okay, I got 254 out there. It's time. It's time to run. Because if I've got 40 bucks in the rack and 250 out there, that's 300 bucks. Bye-bye, right? It's a tool that gets you up there a little quicker. You can have bigger profits quicker when you're pressing from that, and you're still racking. It's kind of like a half press, right? That was kind of a fun little deal. Anyway, there it is. That is the Hive Mind. I love it. It's fun. All the mind strategies to me are super fun. If you got the bankroll to do it, they are definitely a fun way to play. So I'm looking for questions over here. I don't see questions, except for Jen saying a lot of treading water. Sure, you tread water on those, you set a point, 1 hit, 2 hit, lose it. Okay, you're down 40 bucks. Set a point, 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, 4 hit, you're even from the first one, 7 out, you're treading water. You catch an 8-9 roller like we just did, you can see where that thing accelerates. It does a good job on those mid-length rolls, right? Obviously, right side strategy sucks on short rolls. On a mid-length roll, it's got a nice pocket that it finds. 6, 7, 8 rolls, it's a good pocket. You accelerate past that, pretty good, pretty good. Both players were down 300 bucks. Both players showed a $300 profit potential. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed, and that's it. I don't see anything else here in the chats that I have to address. No more questions. No more PCs. So I guess that's it. Anything y'all want to ask me? But we got 5 minutes here. If you have any final questions or for me, happy to get on it. You can drop it in chat. Otherwise, I think we're going to scroll down here. Otherwise, I think we're gonna go ahead and we'll go ahead and cut it here, and I'll get cracked up, and we'll go upstairs and hopefully throw a bunch of 7s and make some money in the Latterson. That's the plan here. So I'll see y'all at 9:05, about 10 minutes from now, and we'll do some daily paycheck with the Latterson, rooting for those 7s. And let's get it done, guys. And again, thanks for everything. 0 11s today, by the way, on this table. 0 11s this morning. So hopefully we'll have some 11s upstairs and we can use that for the next show. All right. See y'all later. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in about 10. Bye.